So today's webinar is going to focus on using the Refer a Friend campaign to get $0 cost per click traffic. And I'm going to show you why anybody can do it. So in the next 30 minutes, you're going to learn these three things. The first, how to drive $0 cost per click traffic using the viral coefficient that is built in to the Refer a Friend campaign. Second, and I'm going to show you how Cindy she's really an unexpected story. I'm going to share her story with you and how she got 10,000 views without spending money on advertising using the Refer a Friend campaign. And lastly, Sophia, while you're snowed in down there in Atlanta, I'm going to show you how you can be just like Cindy without having to hire a developer or a designer. With that being said, guys, I want to make sure this webinar is highly customized for the industries you guys represent. Please take a second and tell me in the GoToWebinar chat, what industry are you operating in? Are you an agency, a marketer? Are you in real estate? Are you an NFL football consultant? Tell me in the GoToWebinar chat. So we've got Yvette Hammonds in photography, Janet Johnson with marketing, Annie with social media marketing is joining us. Annie, I know we emailed back and forth. It's good to see you. We've got Leah with pool services, home improvement, real estate, vacation lodging. Andrew's in Toronto, real estate. Dave's in real estate. Mark Moore's a local business director. Great, guys. So we have all kinds of folks on today. And again, in the next 30 minutes, you're going to learn these three items on my screen, and they'll be applicable to whatever industry you're in, like Megan Brennan, who's in social media for nonprofits, or Monica Squires, who's with a safety supplies company. Now, you'll want to watch the entire webinar because at the end, we're going to have a full Q&A session. And in addition, guys, and I think you're going to love this, about 3/4 of the way through the webinar, we're going to give away and launch a campaign where one of you guys listening right now will win $100 from Heyo to put towards Facebook ads. So we're going to give that, we're going to launch the campaign so you guys can go ahead and try and win that $100 here live on the webinar. Awesome. So let's move forward. Let's start off with the viral coefficient. Now, I'm going to go ahead and pick on some folks. I'm going to unmute Ann Kelsch while we go through this part. Ann, you're unmuted. Are you there?
I am.
Great. So here's your job. Sometimes what I present, it's in-depth and it's data-driven and it can confuse some people. I'm going to do my best to present it clearly. But Ann, if you get confused at any point, I want you to stop me because if you're confused, other people are probably confused as well. Deal?
Okay.
Awesome. Good. No pressure.
Yeah, right.
So what is the viral coefficient? Well, guys, the viral coefficient is the item that you need to optimize around in order to drive successful viral campaigns on Facebook. You hear people talk about, I'm going to launch a viral campaign, blah, blah, blah. Most of them wouldn't know the 2 cents about what that actually means. There's actually an equation behind it. And if you understand the equation, Ann, you can optimize for the equation and drive success like Cindy did. So let me give you what the viral coefficient equation is. So here it is. I'll let you read it at the top of my screen before I explain it. So the viral coefficient is K, and K is equal to I times the conversion percentage. As I just said, K is the viral coefficient. I, which you see in the equation at the top, is the number of invites sent. And conversion percentage is the number of invites accepted. So in all, the viral coefficient is a multiplication problem, and you're multiplying the number of invites that you send out, Ann, times the conversion rate of how many of those invites are accepted. And if K is greater than, actually, Ann, I'm going to ask you this. What does K have to, I'm going to ask everybody this. So if you're not Ann, just put it in the GoToWebinar questions. Ann, what does K have to equal or be greater than in order for you to have a viral campaign? what number does K have to be greater than for you to have a truly viral campaign? And what's your guess?
What number?
Yep, it's a number. What does K have to be greater than for you to have a truly viral campaign?
I don't know. 1?
Why did you guess 1?
Well, I have no idea. I don't know. I'm not a
Okay.
math person.
Well, look, there's a lot of numbers in the world that you could have guessed, and you guessed it right, which means you and I are going to Vegas after this, okay?
Okay.
So the number is 1. If you can optimize K to be greater than 1, you have a truly viral campaign. The good news for you is we have a refer a friend campaign that will drastically increase your ability to get K greater than 1. And here's why K greater than 1 is what you want to optimize for. I'm going to change the slide now and tell you what the viral coefficient means for Facebook. Okay? So you can think of I, Anne, as the average number of impressions a potential link gets. So, Anne, when you go and you read an article about the Sochi Olympic Games and you post it to your Facebook wall, on average, okay, how many people would see that link? We're going to consider that I, or the number of invites.
Is that
Go ahead, Anne.
is that the reach you're talking about then?
Yes, you could call it reach, impressions, views, any of those. Now, we want to get that to an actual number so we can talk about it. So think about this, guys. There's a question for you. When you're sharing stories on Facebook, the folks most likely to see it are your friends. Does anyone know what the average number of Facebook friends any particular user has is? What's the average number of Facebook friends a user has? Give me your guess in the GoToWebinar questions. Average number of Facebook friends. So Jennifer Batterman said 600. Angeles said 200. Mark said 130. Annie Anesian said 400. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of 500s. The answer is 230. So the average Facebook user has 230 friends, which means on average, I is 230. And does that make sense?
Yes.
Awesome. Great. That makes sense. Perfect. Now, let's say, Anne, that you shared a story with 230 of your friends, okay? And 23 of them, quote unquote, accepted the invite by clicking through the link. 23 accepted the invite by clicking through the link. What does that make the conversion percentage?
10.
Perfect. Okay, 10%. All right. So that example we just did, I is 230. And if 23 people click through that story, the conversion percentage is 10%. So when you do that math, okay, so and if you do the math up here, I is 230, conversion is 10%. Guess what K equals? 23. That's a viral campaign. That's a really viral campaign. I'm going to show you how you can create that kind of campaign. Let me just real quick, is everyone with me? Yes or no? That was complicated. If you get that, you're ahead of the game. Congratulations. Mark Moore and Mashin Raviesh, Arnie, just give me a big old yes in the GoToWebinar questions if you're with me so far. Awesome. And throw in some exclamation points if you're enjoying this, okay? Nothing wrong with some excitement around this stuff. This is the key to driving successful Facebook campaigns. Okay, great. So let me tell you the story of Cindy. Cindy, actually, Anne, is a lot like you. She's from Philadelphia. Okay, so she's up there actually near Philly. And she's an author and a speaker. And she has very, very little time. You can imagine how busy she is. She has no advertising budget. And her goal for her Facebook page was to get additional traffic, capture emails, and get likes. So what Cindy did is she used a refer a friend campaign to generate these results. So let me show you what her campaign looked like. Here it is. I'll let you take a look before I explain it. While you guys are looking at that, I want to shout out to Dry Zone Basements that's chatting with us on Facebook. Thanks for joining us. And I see Arnie Leakus checked in as well, along with Christine Nail. Good to have you guys. But here it is. This was Cindy's Refer a Friend campaign, and here's how it worked. So guys, we're going out of the strategy part of the webinar and into the how-to part of the webinar. So if you're not looking at my screen right now, I'd encourage you to look at my screen so you can follow along. Otherwise, you're going to miss out. So this was a campaign, Anne, that she posted to her Facebook page. She started with a really strong incentive. So her fan page is called Queen of Your Own Life. And the incentive she was going to give away was this crowning kit. So it's kind of cool, kind of quirky, ties with her brand. It includes her book, some royal pens, embroidered napkins, etc. Now, the screenshot I took was when the contest ended, but she set up a countdown to drive urgency, which increases conversions. And the way people entered is they put in their email. Heyo then gave them a personal link. And then all the friends have to do is share the link with their Facebook friends or via email for more chances to win. So, Anne, can you see these numbers down here across the bottom?
Yes.
Read off these first few for me.
4,525, 3,396, 407.
Perfect. So guess what? That's the number of clicks that Cindy's fans drove for her. Using this campaign, Cindy turned her entire fan base into a rabid marketing force for her, all for free. So you can see this particular fan got over 4,500 folks to click through her link, 3,300 here, 400 here, and it goes on to over 10,000 clicks that Cindy was able to capture via this Refer a Friend campaign. And isn't that amazing?
Yeah, that's great.
It's really incredible, right? Man, remember, Cindy's just an author and a speaker with very little time and no ad budget from Philly. I imagine a lot of you guys are a lot like Cindy. So here's what I'd like to do. I'm curious if you guys would actually like me to go into the platform and actually drag and drop this together so you can see how you can launch this same kind of campaign. So it'd very much be a demo. And the way that I'd love for you to tell me if you'd like to see that is by going to heyo.com/review. And just like Mark and Christy and Ricardo and Becky, tell me over here on a scale of 0 to 5, how are we doing on the webinar so far? So Anne, you might say 5. I loved learning about the viral coefficient. Please show me the demo. And then click review. So I'll give you guys a chance to do that. Remember, stick through to the end of the webinar where we're going to have live Q&A and we're going to launch a campaign where you could win $100 so you can spend it on Facebook ads. Before we go further though, let us know how we're doing by going to heyo.com/review and giving us a rating between 0 and 5, 5 being best. I'll give you guys about 30 more seconds to finish that up. Awesome. Great, guys. Anne, are we good to go?
Yes.
Perfect. Great. Okay, so here's what we'll do. I'm going to go through now and show you how to be like Cindy. Okay, so take a look back at my screen here. Refocus on my screen. We're now going to go in. I want to show you guys how to be exactly like Cindy. I'm going to show you how she drove 10,000 unique clicks to her Facebook page using the Refer a Friend campaign. And yes, sometimes I am forgetful, so I have to build my own cues into my presentation here. So I'm going to now go and screen share with you guys so you can follow along. So Anne, I'm going to start by going to heyo.com and I'm going to log in. Again, I see only about 45% of you are actually looking at my screen right now. And if you're not looking at my screen, you're missing out on the most important part of the webinar. So be sure to refocus here on my screen. I'm going to start by logging on to Heyo. And this is my dashboard. I'm going to go to the Heyo Facebook page. Okay. I'm going to create this new campaign. Okay. And I'm going to pick, okay, watch carefully here. This is where you can find the Refer a Friend campaign in Heyo. All right. I'm circling it with my mouse. Can everybody see this? So when you log on, you want to click select over here. Click yes, I'm sure. And you'll see the Refer a Friend campaign template. Now, we then want to obviously start editing this, okay? So you want to put in your own content, etc. What I'm going to do is actually go in and build out this campaign here. The incentive I'm going to use is the $100 that we're going to be giving away to one of you guys on the webinar. Okay, so I will use this picture. I'm going to copy the image URL, Anne. I'm going to click the image and paste it. Do you see how easy that was to change that image?
Yes.
Great. Did everyone catch that? It's all drag and drop. Then I'm going to say, enter for your chance. Well, actually, I'm just going to say enter to win. Enter to win $100 in Facebook ad spend. And I'm going to change the accent color to Heyo Orange. And then I want to go up and change the logo, okay, to the Heyo logo. By just clicking the top, pasting in the link. Do you see how easy that was? Following along okay?
Yes.
Awesome.
Can you change the size of that image or no?
Yeah, you sure can actually. So do you want it bigger or smaller?
No, I just wondered since it just clipped it up. It looks fine to me.
So the way that you would do that, Anne, is you drag on our image widget and you see I'll paste it in here. And then you can see it's big, you can make it small, put it wherever you want. Does that make sense?
Right, yes.
Okay, great. So here's what I'm going to do next, guys. I'm going to click Save and Preview. Well, actually, hold on a second. I want to keep editing. I want this to end. I'm actually going to end this. What is today? The 10th. I'm going to end this tomorrow. Okay, I'm going to end it tomorrow. And what I'm going to do now is over here on the right, I can decide where I'd like to publish this out to. So you can publish it directly to your Facebook page. You can publish to a website landing page. And you can also publish directly to a mobile campaign. All right. So there's a variety of different ways where you can post this out to. Now, one of the critical things that you want to do here, and what I want to point out, is many of you guys are agencies, because you mentioned it at the beginning. Let's say Heyo was the name of your agency. It's very easy for you to create additional campaigns or add additional businesses that you represent to your account. So you could just put the business name in right here, click Save Business, and then launch a new campaign directly under that business, like I just did. Okay. Great. So let me type back in Heyo. We'll go back to where we were. And then from here, we're going to go in and edit that campaign title. Oops, you know what? I got logged out here. Let me refresh. And while I'm refreshing here, any questions so far?
No, not with the campaign. I'm just
Great.
looking at your dashboard. Is this is this a new version?
Yeah,
It
so
looks different.
our dashboard we've updated so that it's easier. You see there's analytics built in across the top. You can add
Right.
additional businesses. It's actually significantly more easy to use. And one of the things that folks are really enjoying is that you can go in there and at any time, if you've captured additional emails or you've gotten additional likes, comments, or shares, at any time you can see the update on what that looks like. And right now, one of the things we're battling here at the Heyo office is internet connection. So I'm going to do my best here to reset this so that I can get back into the campaign. And then what I'm going to do is that campaign that we just created, Anne, that was for the $100 giveaway.
Right.
Which when I go in here, there it is. So I'm actually going to launch this directly to our Facebook page. Okay, win $100. So this is basically the refer a friend campaign. So I'm going to also click publish to mobile. This is critical. So again, if I lost you, if you're not looking at my screen, focus back on my screen right now because you'll probably miss out on about 50% of your potential conversions if you don't look at my screen here over the next 5 seconds. Here's why, Anne. Most people are getting a lot of traffic, say 30, 40% from mobile. With Heyo, when you build this campaign for Facebook and you want to publish it to mobile, check this out. We've automatically built you a beautiful mobile campaign along with the social. Isn't this great?
Yes, absolutely.
So you don't have to log on to another platform or worry about mobile optimization. That way, when I publish this, Anne, what will happen is I'll get a smart URL that you see here. And Anne, if you then take this smart URL and post it on Facebook or Twitter or send it out in an email, no matter if your consumers or your fans viewing it open it on a mobile device or a desktop, they'll see the appropriate version. The smart URL knows what device they're viewing from. And if it's mobile, they'll see this experience so they can opt in and then mark it for you. And if they're on a desktop, they'll see this experience. Isn't that great value add?
Yes, yes, absolutely.
And people are in the comments going, that is amazing. So here's what I want to do. I would love, this is how I said we'd give away $100 in ad spend. You'll see here on my screen, enter email, get a link, receive points when people click your link. So I'm going to enter this, Anne, so that everyone can see how it works. I'll click submit and then read this real quick. Check it out. So Heyo creates a link for anybody that enters, and they then market your campaign. Okay, they'll market it to Facebook, they'll market it out to Twitter, and what happens is, as that link starts getting clicks, here I am, the zero will go up to 1, 2, 3. Just like in Cindy's campaign, you saw people getting up over 4,000. So this is also, guys, how you will win $100 from Heyo. Okay, so the way that you can go to that campaign is to go into our Facebook page. Okay, and I'm going to go up here and get that updated. And if you go to our Facebook page and click win $100, go ahead and put your email here, okay, for your chance to win $100 in Facebook ad spend. And I'm also going to send this link out to you guys via GoToWebinar, so you guys can all click it and see it and go enter. So I'll wait for you guys to click that link and put your email in here for your chance to win $100 in free ad spend. Okay, Anne?
Okay, sounds good.
All right, great. I'll give you a second to do that. And this is great. So I see you guys all entering here, right? Because this leaderboard is actually live. So as you guys opt into the contest, all your faces will start showing up. And as you start getting clicks through your link, your numbers will start going up. So here's what we're going to do. When this countdown gets down to 0, whoever's at the top of the leaderboard will win the $100 from Heyo for you to put towards your Facebook ad spend. All right, Ann, does that sound like a deal?
That sounds like a good deal.
And that way, you guys are actually using the campaign, and you'll get a sense of how you can use this on your own Facebook pages. All right?
Okay.
Good. Perfect. And again, I can see how you guys getting through. We see it looks like this gentleman has already shared it on Facebook, Twitter. He's already up to 3. And we've got 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th places down here. All right. Is that working okay for everybody? I want to make sure that that's working good. Okay, good. Great. So you get a sense of how that operates there. Okay. So that's exactly how you guys operate like Cindy. So we've gone over these 3 really specific things. Okay. The first was how to drive a $0 cost per click using the viral coefficient. The second, Anne, was Cindy's unexpected story. And remember, an author from Pennsylvania with no budget and no time. She used Heyo to get 10,000 views without spending money on ads. And lastly, I showed you guys how to be like Cindy without having to hire a developer or designer. So Anne, do you feel like with your Heyo account, you now know how to go in and launch a Refer a Friend campaign?
Yes.
Awesome. Guys, what about the rest of you? I've left most of you muted. Let me unmute Sophia real quick. Sophia, you're unmuted. Do you feel like you're able to go in now? You understand how to go launch this on your own page?
I do. I think so.
Okay, I want to make that 100% sure. So tell me where you're confused or have a question.
I think I got it, but I really won't know until I actually attempt to do it myself.
Great.
So if there's a playback, then I'll definitely have it because I'm a little slow.
No problem. And again, just to reiterate, guys, when you log onto your Heyo account like you see here, you'll then create a new campaign. Okay. And over on the right, where it says Premium Templates, you'll then click Referral. All right, Sophia?
Got it.
And that's where it is. Now, there's some cool additional things I'll show you guys real quick. Like, for example, let's say you wanted to add a LinkedIn share button into the campaign. All you do is drag it on, and then you can drag and drop this wherever you want it, Sophia. So you have full creative control. Sophia, if I'm a good guessing man, I would bet you love having full creative control over your work, right?
Mm-hmm.
Most people don't like forcing their stuff into something rigid. So you can see here, it really is all just drag and drop. Let me go back and refresh here and see who is in the lead.
Bless you.
Oh, excuse me. I didn't realize I was still unmuted.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Thank you.
Okay. Great. So you guys got a good sense of how all this operates. Now, let me ask everyone else. The rest of you guys joining me today, do you guys feel like and understand how you can do this yourself? Mark Moore said he went to that link and got the wrong campaign. Wes or Chris, can you go to webinar chat Mark the proper link to this campaign? Again, any of you guys can reach this campaign by going to facebook.com/Heyo and going to the Win $100 tab. All right. Directly there. Okay, good. Everyone else, is everyone else good to go? Remember, we're going to have live Q&A at the end as well, so I'll knock out additional questions there too. Leah Vogley and Mark Moore brought up a great point. You have to like the page in order to enter. Okay, so you probably see something blank. if you haven't liked the page. I'll show you guys how to put a like gate over this and how to turn it on and off. So if I turn it on right here, okay, the like gate is now on. Under customize, I can click that on. And then I can customize the text that shows when it's not the like gate. So this is why there was a problem. You guys were seeing probably this campaign, and then you clicked like, and you saw the referral campaign. Let me fix that. Sorry. So I'll go back to pick a template. Okay, so now that will be blank, and I'm going to add a widget that says, click like for your chance to win $100 in Facebook ad credit from Heyo. I can then take that text and edit it however I like. Okay, maybe I want to get in here and put up a picture of our team. So I'll go and pull a picture. I'll pull this picture off of our page. Let's see, a good group picture. Here's a good group picture. Copy image URL. Put the image widget on. There you go. Okay, so again, you can edit this however you want, all right? Put the text behind the image or vice versa, okay? So I'll save this now and publish it. And now, if you have not liked the page, you'll see a picture of the team plus text at the top. And if you have liked the page, you'll see this. So I actually see all of you guys. This is great. I see almost all of you guys now competing for your chance to win. And again, when that countdown hits 0, whoever has the most clicks to their link will win the $100, and we'll send you an email when that countdown hits 0. All right. Now let me ask, does everyone understand how the referral campaign works? Just give me a big ol' heck yes in the questions if you're excited about using that referral campaign and the refer a friend campaign on your own Facebook page. Leah Vogley and Mark Moore. I see Martin Maybrook. Good to see Martin on. It was good to connect with Martin a few days ago, actually, in New York. Everyone excited to get this thing going? Deanna Sanders said, heck yes. Kathy and Ramirez said, yes, I understand. Deanna Sanders, who I'm going to unmute. Deanna, are you there? You're unmuted. Deanna Sanders, are you there? No problem. Okay, good. So everyone's saying, yep, seems easy. I'm with you. Good, good, good. Well, here is what I'd like to do now. So we walk through these 3 very specific things during the presentation today. Over the last 30 to 35 minutes, you learned exactly how to drive a $0 cost per click traffic or campaign using the viral coefficient, right? I told you Cindy's unexpected story of how she drove 10,000 views with no money. And lastly, I showed you how you can be like Cindy without having to hire a developer or a designer.